You won't believe what the king of basketball does to stay on top of his game. LeBron James may be the ultimate GOAT, but it's not just talent that got him there. He spends over $1 million a year on his body. That's right, you heard that right. But hey, if it keeps him in top-notch shape even after 20 years in the league, then maybe we should start treating our bodies with the same level of love and care as we do our morning coffee and wardrobe. So forget about witchcraft and magical potions, because all it takes is a healthy diet, a self-love routine, and a cool $1.5 million, according to the man himself. Spending that much on his body, LeBron has one golden rule that he never breaks. He always puts basketball first. He knows that his success in the game is directly tied to his success off the court. That's why he never stops training and spends a fortune on his body. He also realizes that the majority of his other endeavors are driven by basketball, and that his performance on and off the court is directly related to his success in the NBA. LeBron is still going strong in his 20th year with no evidence of slowing down, despite having 4 rings and a lengthy resume that extends beyond basketball. If you're wondering how, it's because he never stops working out and spends a lot of money to maintain the finest possible physical condition. After rigorous workouts, he employs cryotherapy to reduce bodily inflammation and relieve sore muscles. Apart from freezing himself to death, he also uses hyperbaric chambers to increase the amount of oxygen in his blood by simulating high-altitude conditions, which results in better endurance and overall performance in his recovery regimen. He also uses a Normatec leg boot, a sophisticated gadget that massages his lower limbs and keeps the muscles flexible and warm, helping with aches and soreness. He also administers liquid nitrogen treatments in private in order to reduce inflammation. The star also likes to get hooked to something called an electrostimulation machine. It sounds all so Illuminati-like, but it's just a machine to help flush out toxins from the body. Adding to this, he also uses compression shorts, sleeves, and boots to stimulate blood flow for optimum circulation. He even wears those on flights and especially after games. In addition to all that, the huge sum of his $1.5 million goes out to his team of personal trainers, chefs, and masseuses to keep him in top shape. Like a handful of other famous celebs, LeBron is a notorious gym rat who must pump iron wherever he goes. Being addicted to working out, his yacht must have a gym, even if it's scorching hot and he's in the middle of nowhere. Now here's another crazy fact. LeBron would train before every day of shooting for Space Jam in the summer of 2019 that would often start at 7 a.m., which meant he would have to get up at around 4 a.m. every day. This is exhausting in itself because he would spend up to 12 hours on the set. Now that's a dedication level many can only aspire to attain. Because LeBron hit the genetic lottery and grew up to be a 6'8" athlete who can jump out of the gym, his greatness is somewhat taken for granted. However, the NBA had plenty of athletic players over its course, so for him to be playing with the same dedication past the age of 38 is still unbelievable. So let's look into his method for doing it. When we watch basketball games, we only see the finished product on the floor, yet relatively few people are aware of the whole picture. The fact that LeBron hasn't sustained a serious career-affecting injury is not by coincidence. He is among the NBA's hardest working and most intelligent players. He has spent some serious money on making sure that he's a step ahead in maintaining his physique and making sure that injuries don't come in his way of being an all-time NBA GOAT. And as we'd expect, the results have been fantastic so far. Of course, there is some luck involved because freak accidents do occur in basketball. Mike Mancias is the key person who guided him along the road and is still his personal trainer and one of his closest friends. Mancias is among the best personal trainers in the world, and he did for LeBron what Tim Grover did for Michael Jordan during his playing days. LeBron asked Mancias for advice in 2005 when he was having back tightness and knee soreness, which were serious issues given that James was only 22 at the time. Since then, Mancias has rebuilt his entire workout routine, which is a major factor in why the star was injury-free for the majority of his career. LeBron is currently following a strict weekly routine set up by Mancias, which calls for weightlifting up to 3 times per week, plyometric training or cardio on the VersaClimber multiple times per week, as well as some sort of yoga and stretching before and after each session. That obviously excludes his actual basketball practice and the roughly 100-plus games he plays each year. James picked up on yoga and stretching from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's book and developed it to a whole new level. Kareem praised yoga and on many occasions claimed that it was the sole reason he was able to play at age 40 and be productive. And we can see that it definitely has helped King James with his longevity as well. LeBron had a catastrophic injury in the 2015 season due to a ruptured disc in his back, which significantly reduced his mobility and explosiveness. LeBron sought assistance from Donnie Raymond, a former Navy SEAL with expertise in biomechanics and human movement, out of concern. James greatly improved his posture and core strength thanks to Raymond, whose knowledge of biology and physical mechanics helped him get rid of all the back problems. The star also modified his landing technique in order to protect his joints. He lands from dunks without being too harsh on his feet, delicately touching the ground after a strong jump, which greatly increases the durability of the knee and ankle. Because of all the work on his biomechanics, mobility, and cutting-edge recovery systems, LeBron kept no stone unturned when it came to maximizing performance. He also did not hesitate to seek assistance, and as a result, he is still at the top of the basketball world. Let's now dive deeper into the food that helps him stay in shape. James invests a lot in his diet to refuel his body with the correct ingredients so he can perform at his best, similar to how he does with training and recovery. He consumes meals roughly 5 times per day, including a conventional breakfast, lunch, dinner, along with a few snacks throughout the day. James starts his day with a yogurt and some fruit, an egg white omelet with French toast, a turkey sandwich with avocados. He will even eat some Fruity Pebbles, his favorite cereal, if he is feeling really feisty at times. He has a protein shake with some almond or peanut butter or additional fruit for a snack after practice. Lean meats, leafy greens, and complex carbohydrates are typically included in the light meal that LeBron James consumes before the game. His preferred options are a veggie salad with some fruit or chicken breast and some spaghetti. He might have an energy bar or maybe a peanut butter and jelly sandwich throughout the game to keep him energized for the rest of it. After the game, LeBron's glycogen levels are low, and he is aware of the importance of staying hydrated. James regularly consumes a protein recovery shake and carbohydrate-rich recovery fluids, both of which are supplied by Mancias after an exhausting game or post-workouts. He increases his intake of carbohydrates during the playoffs because of the increased energy expenditure, and avoids sugar because it slows down the recovery process after games. He avoids a lot of red meat for the same reason, and has completely eliminated pork from his intake. Aside from the 2 months in 2014 when he temporarily went paleo and only ate proteins, fruits, and vegetables, he is now more inclined to overindulge in sweets during the off-season. Last but not least, LeBron enjoys sipping fine wine after dinner and is a well-known wine enthusiast. It not only has amazing taste, but amazing benefits such as keeping the heart healthy, rich in antioxidants, and helps promote better sleep. To relax and unwind at the end of the day, LeBron also uses the Peaceful Meditation app to turn off his mind and concentrate on the tasks of the following day in order to de-stimulate his brain. With all that being said, it's safe to say that when someone puts this much effort into making sure they're fit, it most likely does pay off. And in LeBron's case, it certainly did. Throughout his illustrious career, he has broken numerous records. He is the all-time leading scorer in Cleveland Cavaliers history and the Miami Heat's third highest scorer. He is also the youngest player to score 10,000 points, as well as the youngest to reach 30,000 points in NBA history. Not to mention that earlier this year, he surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record of the most points scored in NBA history. On top of that, LeBron has won 4 NBA championships and has been named NBA Finals MVP 4 times, becoming the first player in NBA history to do so with 3 different teams. He is also an 18-time NBA All-Star, and he has been named to the All-NBA First Team 13 times, tied for the most in NBA history. In addition to his NBA accomplishments, he has also won 2 Olympic gold medals with Team USA. LeBron's impressive list of records and achievements solidifies his status as one of the greatest players to ever step foot on a basketball court.